this year, it was January 2022, I learned that all the songs that I had submitted to Songdoor International Competition, and they received thousands of entries, and I'm a Christian songwriter. All my songs received some kind of placement, and two of the songs I have not shared on my channel. And one of the songs I feature on my channel, but I want to start with the one that got honorable mention, and that is, here I'm on the page of their list of winners, and I'm highlighting it. It's my song Antinomianism. I haven't done a video on that one yet, but it is out there to listen on my channel through the topic channel. I'm just going to play a sample from each one, as after this I want to share an even more exciting thing that Songdoor told me. This antinomianism is a pandemonium schism. This antinomianism is a pandemonium schism. A flip of a double turn, crash and burn of the truth. Jesus set us free. Quiz them on this ism. Where do you think such a way will end you up on Judgment Day, and don't one single scripture erase? Hell yes, Jesus freed us from sin. He didn't free us to sin, hell no. Or hell you'll surely go. Oh, hell you'll surely go. This antinomianism is a... Then my other two songs, Special Recognition, as you see here, they put a note that they deserve special recognition. My song Hyper Grace. Hyper grace changes the on fire into lukewarm and replaces their passions to think like Christ with a false idea. God never condemns, poisons their minds. They got a license to sin. Hyper grace, hyper grace, hyper grace, hyper grace. Hyper grace takes one off the narrow way, ignores words of the Lord that convict of sin. A theology that ignores anything Jesus said, you know it's not gonna lead to life but death. Hyper grace, hyper grace, hyper grace, hyper grace. And also my song Preserve the Word.
Preserve the word! Preserve the word! Church, work together! Church, work together! Preserve the word! Preserve the word! Church, work together! Church, work together! 1 Timothy 3:15 relates the Church of God, a pillar and foundation of truth. He said in the body this responsibility to ensure fidelity in expressing His word.
Now, if you haven't been to my channel before, you can pretty much tell that these are not your average worship songs. My songs revolve around kind of the songs that if Elijah was a songwriter, he would write these kind of songs that would show, or I should say even Jeremiah was a songwriter. He would write the kind of songs that would follow the mandate of the Lord to point out where the community is straying in the body and the way back to sound doctrine. And that's pretty much the kind of songs that I write. They're not your average praise songs. That's not the venue that the Lord has put me in. They are songs primarily focusing on that kind of ministry. And so the song Hyper Grace shines a light on that problematic doctrine where it focuses only on the aspect of grace and not the other side of the Lord. And that song I haven't made a video of yet, and neither my other song, Antinomianism, which focuses on that particular problematic doctrine where everyone has a lawless attitude. And so, but I do have Preserve the Word. I have that featured on my channel page, and that received special recognition. However, as great as this is, and let me tell you, it's fantastic. I love it. I thank the Song Door judges for giving my songs honorable mention and special recognition. It is a great uplifter to me, and I'm very thrilled to have it. But I have to tell you something. This time, I have something a little unusual to share, which to me outweighs this. It outweighs this. And I wanted to share that every year, since I write my song, when I write my songs, I am secluded. I write alone, and I don't get any feedback. So I have actually quite a few catalogs of songs that I haven't made public yet. And they're in various stages. Some are demo ready, and some I've actually have produced ready. But in fact, I'm getting ready the next 2 or 3 years, God willing, to put out around 30 singles, one at a time. So in the meantime, I pretty much get no feedback on the song. So Song Door International has a panel of music industry professionals, and they are not only professionals, but also they have seen thousands and thousands of songs throughout the years, not just as judges, but also in their profession. The judges themselves are songwriters. So we got some heavy hitting panel over there, and they have offered a evaluation service also if you want to take advantage of it. And I love to take advantage of it because I like to get feedback on my songs that may not see the light of day for some time, sometimes even years, even though they are ready to go. So when they evaluate, they don't play compliments also. They've seen thousands and thousands of songs, as I say, and as a result, their viewpoint cuts to the chase, and it comes packed with pro expertise. And I've been doing that for the last few years. I've been at the same time running it through them. And I always get something valuable back. But this year, I have to say, in my eyes, I got gold. I got the top prize, even if I never actually officially win the contest, which I believe I will not because of my genre and not because of the Song Door judges. But I shared earlier on my channel at the end of my song, Preacher's Wife Dressed to a T. I'm just going to read it. I was told by someone in the music industry, and this is going back in 2018, and when I was told this was actually about 3 or 4 years earlier, that the song, which is Preacher's Wife Dressed to a T, the message is not the usual kind we hear in Christian songs. That message goes mostly, God, you love me, and you're there for me, and you lift me out of my troubles. I can depend on you. See, there's a formula of songs that are desired by the Christian music industry. And actually, Carmen, the Christian performer, he himself ran into this problem that he didn't follow that formula for many of his songs, even though he did have some praise songs. And even though his songs were greatly successful commercially, he couldn't find any Christian music label who wanted to represent him because his songs didn't follow that formula. To earn money, really, many songwriters were conformed to deliver the kind of songs in demand. They will, quote unquote, sell their souls and make money their God. This is why many are in deception, because they only are exposed to messages about the love of God and not the wrath of God and not the righteous judgments of God. Songs with messages like mine are discouraged. They're discouraged in the music industry. They really are. As they make people conscious of God's judgments, not something many want to think about or believe. And I have stayed convicted to writing the songs that the Lord leads me to. And so all the same, Song Door International, I have to give this to them. They have always been very supportive, even though in truth my songs do not meet the commercial criteria that is based on what the Christian music industry wants. And that's really how they really judge the final winners. And however, I love the staff over there because they judge also in different aspects, and they support my music all the same. But however, they blew my mind when they gave me this feedback this year, and I really have been wanting to share this. What it is I wanted to share what they said to me on the feedback to one of my songs. All right, so the comments here, they always give really great feedback. For a songwriter, they'll tell you how your lyrics are, your chorus and verse, and they told me some good stuff here, but that's not why I am doing this, because what they told me after that is what blew my mind. It makes me it makes me ecstatic. It makes me feel like I've won the top prize. I don't have to ever get any prize ever from them, because it can't beat what they told me towards the middle of this. Like I said, they said the chorus was excellent, attention getting, the dynamics they found memorable, but I showed you the 10 they gave me on the lyrics, and they said the lyrics are so rich and evocative and original. Is what came next, is where I feel like I am on the stage of the Dove Awards, and I'm taking my prize, because this really took me by surprise. And they said to me, we can honestly say in 16 years we've never come across another writer who can craft lyrics like you do. Amazing. See what I mean? You really don't need any help from us, Vivian. Your talents are clearly God-given, and who are we to judge them? You've amassed a stunning body of work. We are in awe. Now, I was surprised, and I was blown away. I was blown away, and I was, as far as I'm concerned, you can see why I said I feel like I have won the top prize, because we're not only talking about, telling me that I craft, great lyrics. No, they said in 16 years they haven't seen another writer who can craft lyrics like I do. Now, what the Bible says, a person cannot bear witness for themselves. But a lot of my writing, like I said, all my writing really, I do alone. And a lot of my songs that actually they've seen the last 2 or 3 years songs that I haven't even released yet. And this is what I wanted to share. I wanted to share because it is. I said, "Wow, is this really?" Did they say that to me? Yes, they said that to me. It's funny because when you work alone, and like I do, it's just my keyboard, myself. So you really don't know how you're doing. You don't know how you're doing. You don't know how well you're doing. However, the thing is that I have a commitment to write the songs that I am moved by the Lord to write. I am dedicated to write them according to how I'm moved to write them. I absolutely throw out the window the AABB whatever, because what I keep in my mind is I think about Psalms. I think about Psalms in the Bible. Those songs don't follow commercial structures. They don't have the perfect AA whatever, but they're powerful. The message of God, when he is saying something, however he says it, like he said his words shatter rocks. And so this has been what I keep in mind when I'm writing a song. I try only to write songs that matter to the Lord. And I'm committed to let that be the only thing that's my measure. And so in that way, I'm not surprised, because a lot of writers are working to conform to the industry, and you know what? It's working for them. They get contracts. Their songs make hits, and in fact, it's kind of funny because a lot of songs I write are people don't even know about. I haven't even shared them. So, anyways, that is what I had to share. That is like, who has to win anything else? What songwriter has to take any other prize when you're told something like that? Because over 16 years, they've seen thousands and thousands of writers with fantastic level lyrics. Talented. So this is not a little thing that I was told, and it really lifted my spirit. And in truth, they said, who are we to judge them? But I get a lot. I get a lot back from them because, like I said, they're my first and only feedback often. And something like this, well, they just powered me for a while. I'm not going to need any other kind of battery to keep my enthusiasm going when I write, because this is going to carry me for a while. So I wanted to get two things at once. I wanted to share this fantastic recognition that I got, both in my songs that got recognition, and also recognition from the staff of the quality of the lyrics that I write, which for me personally as a songwriter, that definitely recharged me and is going to keep me recharged, as I said, for a while. And as well as tell you what is going on with my music, that I'm, God willing, I'm getting into the phase where I'm going to now be focusing on, over the next 2 or 3 years, releasing singles. I've got quite a few to release, and that's my focus now. And I'll be putting them on the channel as well, so making some music videos of some of them. Some people have come to know me being drawn to the videos I have made on my channel exposing some some of these false doctrines. And they don't realize that my channel really is, primarily, it is my music channel. So I am now in this stage where I am going back to getting out my singles out there. And in that time, I'll be putting some of those singles on my channel as well. As you can tell, you can see why I am so excited about it, because this is really a big deal to be told by anybody, no matter what you do. Even though it doesn't change anything for me, as far as my songs, what I do, it's not going to, and people are not going to be suddenly running to my door. That doesn't work that way. It does, however, supercharge me. It supercharged me and it buoys me. And that's really, really important when you are like me, where you are an artist and you work alone, you burning the midnight oil, and it may be years before you release your work, actually, even though it may be done. And so something like this is really precious and priceless to get. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, I have won the biggest prize. You know, even if I don't even place again, I've already won. I've won enough to last my writing another 16 years. So in that way, I'm so thrilled, and I thank everyone over there at the Song Door Evaluation Service for even sharing that with me.